They became football legends, but none of them could escape death. Here are the true stories of how these football icons passed away. We celebrate their skills on the pitch, but today we remember their final moments, some peaceful, some tragic, and some shrouded in mystery. Andrés Escobar was the premier defender for Colombia during the 1994 World Cup. In a high-pressure match against the United States, Escobar attempted to block a cross, but accidentally deflected the ball into his own net. Colombia was eliminated, and Escobar was devastated. 10 days later, on July 2, 1994, Escobar was confronted in a parking lot outside a bar in Medellin. A group of men argued with him about the own goal, before Humberto Muñoz Castro fired multiple shots into Escobar's chest and back. Escobar collapsed and died from his injuries at age 27. Castro was sentenced to 43 years, later reduced to 26 for good behavior, having confessed the attack was revenge for the World Cup mistake. Johan Cruyff reshaped the sport with the total football ideal, becoming a powerhouse at Ajax and Barcelona. Despite his elite athleticism, Cruyff battled a long-term smoking addiction. In October 2015, the world was shocked by his diagnosis of lung cancer. Cruyff remained optimistic, even stating in February 2016 that he felt he was winning his battle. However, the cancer soon metastasized to his brain, causing him to lose speech and mobility. He passed away at age 68 in a Barcelona clinic on March 24, 2016. Today, his legacy lives on, honored by the 14th minute applause at Dutch matches and commemorative coins bearing his image. Ferenc Puskas was the heart of Hungary's legendary 1950s team and a superstar for Real Madrid, scoring 242 goals for the club. After a successful transition into coaching, Puskas's later years were marked by a battle with Alzheimer's disease, which he was diagnosed with in 2000. By September 2006, his condition worsened, and he developed pneumonia while in a Budapest hospital. At age 79, his body could no longer fight the infection, and he took his final breath on November 17, 2006. He was honored with a state funeral, and the FIFA Puskas Award was created in his name to celebrate the year's best goal. Eusebio, known as the Black Panther, scored a staggering 733 goals in 745 matches. He remains the most iconic figure in Portuguese football history. On January 5, 2014, while at his home in Lisbon, Eusebio complained of feeling faint before suffering a sudden cardiac arrest. Paramedics attempted resuscitation, but he was pronounced dead at age 71. Portugal declared 3 days of national mourning, and his coffin was taken around Benfica's Estádio da Luz, where tens of thousands of fans paid their respects. Later, he was moved to the National Pantheon, a final resting place for Portugal's greatest figures. Just months after Eusebio's passing, football lost another titan, Alfredo Di Stéfano. Known as Seta Rubia, he was a cornerstone of Real Madrid's 5 consecutive European Cup victories. On July 5, 2014, while walking near the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium, the 88-year-old Di Stéfano suffered a severe heart attack and collapsed. He remained in critical condition for 2 days before passing away from heart failure on July 7. His coffin was placed at the Bernabéu, the very stadium he helped make legendary, allowing thousands of fans and icons like Pelé and Diego Maradona to pay tribute. Not all legends die of natural causes. Octavio Muciño was one of Mexico's most promising talents in the 1970s. On May 30th, 1974, Muciño was dining at a restaurant when he was provoked by Jaime Antonio Moldun Barreto over a football rivalry. When Muciño later exited the restaurant and attempted to reconcile with a handshake, Barreto drew a pistol and shot him 3 times at point-blank range. Muciño fell into a coma and died 3 days later at age 24. His killer fled to Spain and, upon returning to Mexico years later, was never tried after lawyers claimed diminished mental capacity. Maradona good, Pelé better, George best. The Belfast boy became a global superstar at Manchester United, but fame came with a heavy price, a severe addiction to alcohol. By the 80s and 90s, his health was failing, leading to a liver transplant in 2002. Despite the transplant, his continued drinking weakened his immune system. In October 2005, a kidney infection led to multiple organ failure. Best passed away on November 25, 2005, at the age of 59. His death served as a somber reminder of the tragic side of superstardom. Finally, we look back to 1939 and the mysterious death of Matthias Sindelar, the Mozart of football. Sindelar was a hero in Austria, but he drew the ire of the Nazi regime by refusing to play for the German national team after the annexation of Austria. On January 23, 1939, Sindelar and his girlfriend were found dead in a locked apartment filled with gas. While the official verdict was carbon monoxide poisoning due to a broken chimney, many suspected the Gestapo. A friend later claimed officials were bribed to call it an accident so Sindelar could receive a state funeral, which was forbidden for victims of murder or suicide under Nazi rule. These men were more than just athletes. They were symbols of their nations and the beautiful game itself. Their deaths varied, but their legacies remain immortal on the pitch. Which of these stories moved you the most? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.